The Hazzard car, and last I left off, I had a few little spider webs from good old Mr. Spray Paint there, so I got that sanded down and got the areas resprayed. Going to spray it one more time, and then I got to let it dry for today, and I'll probably I'll start working on it tomorrow. But anyway, I did get that accomplished. I got the motor painted black, which this is about all I'm going to do to it. You know, if he wants to go pick out the individual wires, you can. The only thing I got to paint is the top here orange, and I was going to use Vallejo here, but I thinned it down a little too much. I'm real bad at thinning my paints when I buy them, because I like to have them basically pre-thinned and everything, but I brushed it on, and you can see where it's you know, it's super thin. It'd take like 20 coats to get on there, but anyway. So we're going to break out the Model Master acrylic here. That's International Orange. We're going to put that on the top part there, so we can get that orange, and that'll be pretty much done. And then after that, letting it dry, I got to put on the light bar, and I got to figure out how to put the light bar on. So I've been looking at the instructions, which basically I got to take the bottom part off and mount that from underneath, and I got to figure out if you can take the wires off, so I don't have to drill a big hole to get the wires in. But anyway, I got to figure that out, so we'll figure that out today. And basically I'm just going in and touching up a few little areas. Like I got you can see a little yellow right there, just got to touch up that part and then get that mounted back on. But that's pretty much where I am on the squad car. So hopefully we'll get the paint to dry, we'll get the light bar attached, at least get some future on next week, and then put some decals anyway. But anyway, I got to take off the tape and make sure that I didn't so I got to paint the inside of the door there, just stuff like that. But anyway, that's where I am on the Hazzard County car. The mono wheel, I did manage to get the whole back end sanded down, and I got the front sanded almost down. I just got a few little areas just around the edges. One more pass with a little bit of putty and sanding, and I'll be good to go on that. Anyway, I've just been sanding down the contours, trying to get it rounded off like in the picture. And then once I get that sanded, I want to get that mounted on and super glued on and let it sit for days with some 5-minute epoxy, super glue and everything, so it'll be indestructible and won't fall off once I get it glued on. But anyway, this will be for I do this during the week, so this is pretty much I will take a break from it for a day or two, and then I'll start Monday finishing sanding it, and then we're gonna scribe, and I may add some panels with some styrene just to give it just a little something, or I may not, who knows, we'll just see how it goes. But anyway, that's where I am on Mr. Mono Wheel. The Charo tank, I don't know if I mentioned that, I went ahead and got the tape off, got the plaque on that I had made, which I'll give a plug here. I always like to North County Trophies in Ladysmith, Wisconsin. They make excellent plaques, and place that I used to get them, he retired, so I had to go a different route. So anyway, I named it the Charo tank, and I don't know if I mentioned that last time, because that's what the mini art calls it. So I thought, well, it just makes it look cool. But anyway, got the light repainted. I got to go back in with a little pigment and just darken it up. But anyway, it does light up, and I will show everyone that once I get Helga on there. Helga. So what I've done so far, and I'm not a figure painter. I mean, I would love to be like the pros do it, but anyway, I do it a different way than most people paint their figures. I basically paint with flesh tones in 3 different colors. Caucasian flesh tone, I use dark flesh, basic skin tone, flat flesh, some white, and some brown, which I ain't dug out. And I do a lot of washes, and I'll show everyone what I mean on that. So the face here, what I've done is I took some dark flesh. That's basically my base color. I put that on, let that dry, And then I go in with basic skin tone and a little bit white. And I don't know if you can actually see it, but for the whites of the eyes, that's what I mix in, and I just get the whites in there. And then the next step is you can do the eyeballs if you want. I kind of jump over that till I get everything toned down just a little bit, and then I'll go in and do the eyeballs. But I'll take Mr. Wash here, which I like, the Flesh Wash from Vallejo, and I just thin it down, and I just apply a pin wash over her face and her hands, and it gets in all her little grooves in here, if you notice, and it darkens it up. And that's way you don't have to, you're kind of skipping a step. When you put your base coat down, you're putting the dark colors, and then you'll put the lighter colors on top, and you don't have to keep blending. You can just do some washes after wash after wash and just build it up that way. That's the way I do it for the shadows and everything. So once this dries, because I just did it, I want to go back in with the basic skin tone, and we'll do some highlights on her cheek and everything, and then I'll go in with some, I forgot to dig it out, we're going to do some red, do some pinks, get her some lips, and then if we'll do some, the eyebrows and all that stuff, and paint her hair. But anyway, that's where I am on Helga. Hopefully that'll somewhat kind of explain how I do it. I do it just a tad bit different than most of the figure painters. But anyway, that is where I am on Helga. But anyway, we have to go over here to the internets and try to figure out, there ain't a whole lot of pictures on women in the Red Army in World War II. This is basically what we're going to go for. I want to call it Russian tunic color and her blue skirt, because I think it would give a nice little color with the green tank. And that's basically the traffic lady that we are building, which I'm probably going to end up doing the flags. I kind of like it. I kind of like her, holding the flags and looking at the machine gun, how she, would like to be a part of the ball tank unit. But anyway, that's pretty much the way we go. She's got the armband with the P on the side, so we'll probably end up doing that just to keep it simple. But anyway, they basically wore what men wore, so if that's if you want to do infantry. But you can take the same figure, omit the blue skirt, and do like the medic one here and have the khaki one. So anyway, there's so much you can do. They still even got the blue hat. But anyway, that's pretty much all I could find on women in Soviet uniforms. But anyway, so while I research that, try to figure out what color of khaki that is, and anyway, that's what I'm doing. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. We are researching Helga's uniform. We are painting Helga's painting Helga's face. We are continuing on with the monowheel, and the Hazzard County gets its second coat of paint. So that's what we got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.